Lawrence Thomas is suing Taylor McFersonson in the amount of $7,398.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Matthysse presiding. May all be seated.
Mr. Thomas claims he proposed to his longtime girlfriend with an expensive engagement ring and says she dumped him and refused to return it.
State your name.
Lawrence Thomas.
Ma'am?
Taylor McFersonson.
Okay. Clarence Thomas, you're suing the defendant for $7,398, alleging she owes this money for refusing to return an engagement ring?
Yes, Your Honor. It's Lawrence Thomas, by the way.
Clarence Lawrence is your middle name?
Lawrence is my first name.
You're not Clarence Thomas at all?
No, sir.
I wouldn't want to be either. Go ahead. Let's start with you. Give me some background on this case.
First off, it's good to see you, Your Honor.
You too.
I am here because I'm suing the defendant for the price of a ring I gave her under the clause that we would...
How long you all been together? Give me some background on the relationship.
We were together about 7 years. We met in New York City. We were together for about 2 years. The circumstances drew me back home to Colorado, where I had to go take care of my father. He was ill, suffering with lupus. I decided to go back home to be there for my family, to manage the family business. We run a clothing company. And I invited my girlfriend at the time to be with me. I asked her to come be with me, to help me. She agreed, but she agreed under the stipulation that I get a ring, put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Makes sense,
You want
I guess.
somebody to move cross country and be with you, and you don't have at least a semi-legal arrangement. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't disagree. It made sense. It made sense. And
So here we have a classic case. The ring that was given with all the promises of forever, now causing a courtroom showdown. This isn't just about a piece of jewelry. Legally, engagement rings are often considered a gift, or in some cases, a conditional gift, meaning if the marriage doesn't happen, the ring might need to be returned. But who's in the wrong here? Is it the person who gave the ring expecting marriage in return, or the one who called it off expecting to keep it? Let's find out how Judge Matthysse will handle this emotional mess.
sense. And I showed up as him. I showed up. I bought that ring.
Good
I bought
man.
that ring. To me, at the time, I spared no expense. I was going through some hardship, but $7,000.
And that was 5 years ago, correct?
This was 5
From
years
now.
ago, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So what happened when she moved there to Colorado? And
she moved in, and I needed her, and I was happy that she was there. I was very happy that she was there helping me out, helping my family out. She was helping make my life easier, smoother. And then all of a sudden, after my father passed, and the burden of the family business fell completely onto me, we had to slow things down. We had to slow the reins down on where we were taking this.
slow what down?
We got engaged, so we had to slow down pursuing, actually a marriage, a
Why?
wedding. So there was a lot of weight at the moment, at the time. I had to...
Money, financial?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Well, then
absolutely.
say it. Yeah, our finances changed, and
Finances
it wasn't a
changed
good time in terms of
drastically,
financially,
yes.
to do it.
Yeah. And so we slowed it down until one day came up. She just decided to call it off because it wasn't moving, I guess, at the pace.
Let me
that she
hear from
needed.
you, your side.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi. Give me from the beginning when you all started.
So-
Say first 2 years, etc.
When we first met, I was so swept up in the idea of our lives living together as a power couple in New York City. He sold me on this story about us having this beautiful apartment overlooking Central Park, and it was great. And because I loved him so much, I said okay to the ring that he originally bought me. I understood where he was, I understood what was going on, and I said okay. And I moved to Colorado with him. The first 2 years, it was okay. We were under the impression that we were planning this wedding, and then his father actually passed. And I get that you were grieving. I understand. I was there for him.
Weren't you a professional yourself?
Absolutely. So I left my event planning company that I had in New York to come and be a homemaker for him in Colorado and to support him while he was building this business. And once I was there, after, a reasonable amount of time for grieving, it still seemed as if this wedding was never coming.
How did you get that impression?
Because when I would ask him to set a date, he always had an excuse.
Like what?
Like, oh, that season's not gonna work for us. Maybe we'll do it next summer. And I would be like, okay. I did want an extravagant wedding, but after the father passed, funerals are expensive. And at that point, I loved him so much, I was like, we could go to the courthouse and just have a courthouse wedding. I would be okay with that.
There you go. What was his, he just kept putting it off? He never mentioned expenses as an issue?
He did at first, but then once I was okay with scaling down the size of the wedding, there was other excuses.
All right, sir, you tell me what excuses you gave.
I'm just gonna. This courthouse wedding thing, it's not. She's saying that. She brought it up once. It's not what she wanted.
How many times you wanted her to say it?
It's not what she wanted, Your Honor. That's not what she wanted. I understand that she may have said
know.
it to
I
be.
didn't
But
wanna
she
be-
was willing to sacrifice.
Coming up on Mathys Court with Judge Mathys.
He claims I blindsided
When she
him.
was walking up to you, you should have known what she was about to say.
Yeah.
Baby, don't say that. I know what you're walking up to say.
Here's where it gets real. Taylor, clearly frustrated, lays it out. I was ready to scale down the wedding, but you just kept making excuses. This is where we see the emotional stakes rising. She gave up her career and moved across the country for a man who, despite promising a wedding, never followed through. Does she deserve that ring back? Or is she just holding on to something she can't let go of emotionally? Could Lawrence have avoided all this if he had communicated better from the start?
Walking up to say,
And I would hope
because I
that.
know women.
And later,
She may have thought, oh, well, he had to run to the bathroom. And then the next time she sees you, she do the same thing. Because you haven't made it clear. Like she says, you lead her on.
Mathys Court is back with the case of Lawrence Thomas, who is suing Taylor McFerson for $7,398.
Oh, you thought she was lying?
She was playing the game.
You thought she was lying?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Yes.
What gave you the impression she
Because
was lying?
She was spending a lot of energy planning a wedding.
Before your dad passed.
Yeah, and after. Throughout
How could
the
I
whole
plan a wedding if we
situation.
haven't picked a date?
Yeah, you tell
Yeah,
me.
what was
'cause
the
we were doing
date?
it. We never picked a date, Your Honor.
So
Pick a
how can
date.
you? I'm with her. How can you plan a wedding
It's-
and you don't have a date?
It's the mood boards.
It's the what?
The mood boards.
What's that?
I had a lot
That's
of
some
time on my
junk you
hands to
probably.
look
That
through.
sounds like some California junk. Where you from?
It's the
Where y'all
flowers.
from?
Mood board.
We're
They don't
from
have
the-
that. They don't do that in New
The
York.
mood board, actually,
That's some California junk. What?
Steve Harvey preaches the importance of a vision
Well,
board.
Steve
a
is
mood
my
board.
man, but he been out in Hollywood a lot too.
You put your
And now he
goals-
live in Atlanta,
Ha-ta-ta.
which is Hollywood
Ha-ta-ta.
on crack. What?
I think everyone should benefit from this. A mood board is a vision board. You put your dreams, goals, and hopes up there. So every day when you wake up in the morning, you look at it and you tell yourself, this is what I'm going to achieve. This is what I'm going to do in a year, in my lifetime.
We are trying to work here. We're
Okay.
working.
Okay.
We're at work. We'll do this
Now
later
we're at
on.
work.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's okay. It's okay.
But you're the one triggered all this.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I can read women really well. I know when they're lying. I know when they playing the game. I know like.
So why didn't you change when you knew she was gonna leave in the future? Why didn't you change your ways? Since you
That-
know women so much, you should have known she was about to leave you.
And here
Absolutely.
comes Judge Matthysse with the perfect clapback. He's not buying Lawrence's excuses. Judge Matthysse says it straight. You can't lead someone on and then expect them to just fall in line when the engagement fizzles out. This is a wake-up call for everyone in relationships. Communication is key, and when you lead someone on, there's a price to pay. Can you imagine the emotional turmoil of waiting for a wedding that never comes? The pressure builds, and here in this courtroom, it all comes crashing down.
You,
Absolutely.
That
he
came
should
out of
have.
nowhere, Your Honor.
right, but you knew. You know women.
He claims I blindsided
When she was
him.
walking up to you, you should have known what she was about to say. Baby, don't say that. I know what you're walking up to say.
And I would hope
Because I
that-
know women.
I would hope that I hoped that it wouldn't happen that way. That's the truth, because I was taking care of her.
I was hoping we were going to get married.
What do you
That's the
mean you taking care of her? In
She
what
was
way?
living with. She wasn't sleeping outside. She wasn't sleeping outside, right?
He never
wasn't
And you
had
wasn't
to-
coming home to a nasty home starving.
That's good.
And a nasty home
I
starving.
paid for the home. I wasn't coming
And
to
she,
a home
paid,
that she
and
was
she
paying for that.
provided. What is wrong with you?
Thank you,
she
Your Honor.
She worked. She probably worked harder than you. You
Says
better be
that.
glad
Says
she didn't
who?
have any children.
Says me.
She'd have definitely been working harder than you. My wife worked harder than me, hands down, without a doubt. I went to law school at night. I worked during the day full time and ran campaigns. With all of that, my wife worked harder than me
I'm not
because she
ungrateful.
maintained the household
Thank you, Your
and
Honor.
she worked.
I'm not ungrateful, Your Honor. That's
You
not what I
sound
meant to
like
say.
you are. You
I'm not
sound
ungrateful.
confused.
I'm not
You sound
ungrateful at all.
confused about women. Talking about you know women. You don't know nothing about women. For you not to know that a woman homemaker is hard and very extensive work, more so than this little 40 hours you go to work. Where you work? What type of work you do?
I was
Running a
running-
business?
I was running a company.
Right, and running a company, and it didn't do well.
It was my father just
I know,
passed.
but when you got it, it still didn't do well.
I had to bring it back. It's doing well now.
I know, but once you started, it's fine now?
I'm a
What?
I'm a great worker. Yes, it's
All
not
right, so
fine.
why are you begging for money back for the ring?
'Cause I'm
doing so well.
I'm irritated.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm irritated.
Because I'm rich, and you're supposed to be rich if your business is so well. You're so well, you in business so well, be rich then. If you're gonna be rich, be rich. If you're gonna be broke, be broke. Now, which one are you?
I don't want to be broke.
Are you rich?
I'm bringing it out the mud. I'm working my way back up. Your
Well, that's
Honor.
we can just. You gonna stop, right?
That's
You
not what
wanna
I'm
say I don't need the money, right?
Okay, let's take a moment. Who's in the wrong here? Do you think Taylor was right to call off the engagement after years of waiting, or did Lawrence truly deserve to get his ring back? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this one is tough to call. Who would have done what they did in this situation? Sound off, we want to hear from you.
Do you want to dismiss the case and say I don't need the money?
I don't want to
because
dismiss the case.
Why?
Because
you need the money. All right, big fella, come on, let's move on. I thought we'd get that out the way. You need this money. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you.
But the point I'm making is you insult women, and I'm not going to let you do it in here, when you suggest that your little job is more important than the work that she does. Now, let's move on. I don't insult no women in my courtroom.
yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Your Honor.
Go ahead, sir. What she do for you to want this baby money with your rich behind? $73.98. What she want, big fella? What she do? Why does she owe you?
I was blindsided. She got up and she
It's
left.
not baby money.
It is baby money. If he rich like he talking big, when you talk big, I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna see how big you are.
Don't talk
Go
about
ahead. And in the day, I can see that he ain't that big at all because he can't be big and small at the same time. It's physiologically impossible. So which one are you, big or small?
Right now, I want the
So
cost
let's
of-
break down what just happened. Lawrence came to court demanding that Taylor return the $7,000 ring because, as he claims, it was part of a deal. They were supposed to get married. But Taylor's been waiting for years and still no wedding. She even suggested a simple courthouse ceremony. So why didn't Lawrence step up? It's clear that communication and commitment were lacking here, and now we're left with a broken promise, some hurt feelings, and a very expensive piece of jewelry.
I want the cost of this.
That's
ring.
small then. All right, stop playing big because you're small. Now go right ahead and tell me about this.
I spent money on this ring, and I want that money back
What happened? Why should you get it back?
because I spent money on it. Under the
Okay,
condition I
that's
spent,
your only assertion? Is that you spent money on it?
I spent money on it under the
Right.
condition that we get married.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just said,
All of a
I don't want to do
sudden.
this.
3 years,
I
all of a
thought
sudden.
you said you told her. No?
She broke up with me, Your Honor.
I did.
But I thought you said you told her you weren't ready to get married.
I told her it wasn't the right time. We were going
Right.
through too much. Yeah.
Okay.
When was
so
the right time
you
going to
broke
come?
it off.
That's not what I'm saying at all, Your Honor.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my interpretation.
Sure.
When you had a plan, you had this woman move across country, propose to her, give her a ring, saying we're getting married, and then you come with game after game after game. I don't know if she saw through it. I do. Your claim is dismissed. It's your fault that you all didn't get married. Bye. Big fella, you don't need the money.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
I'm just disappointed in you, honestly. I really wish you just stuck around. We could have made it.
This will be the last time you ever see me.
Coming up,
I lean in to kiss him, and he jerks back as if I'm some disgusting monster, and he carelessly opens the door. Does
What
not
was
look
that
back.
kiss like, though?
And there it is. Judge Matthysse drops the final hammer. Case dismissed. The judge says it's Lawrence's fault the wedding never happened, and that's a hard truth to swallow. So was it the right decision? The engagement was clearly called off due to unmet expectations and financial struggles. But here's the kicker. Did Lawrence truly handle this situation the best way possible? Or did he set himself up for failure? In the eyes of the law, Taylor doesn't owe him a thing.
Caroline Barnett is suing Michael Fass in the amount of $1,450. Miss Barnett claims a bicycle slammed into her car door and says her careless friend is to blame for opening the door without looking.
State your name,
Caroline Barnett.
sir.
Michael Fass.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $1,450, alleging he owes you this money for damage to your car door.
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with you.
Well, Michael, about 2 years ago, moved over from Florida to LA.
How's that friendship been?
Well, I mean, I immediately took an interest in him. I thought he was really attractive. And I mean, we had so much in common. We would like speak for hours. He was super friendly. And then our friendship kind of spiraled a little bit from that. He started to make moves on me, and he would even like, you know, grab my thigh or like rub my thigh.
Your Honor, these are also wild exaggerations as far as grabbing of the leg and hour-long phone call. You know what I mean? Like, we were a part of the same friend group. I had met her through a mutual friend. And I sort of joined their group because I was new out here. So maybe I was being overly friendly.
Well, Your Honor, the reason we got into this predicament in the first place is because he asked me to pick him up from his 2-week trip to Europe from LAX.
Now, this is the damage to the car we're about to talk about.
Yes,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
go ahead.
And then I stopped by his apartment, parked next to the bike lane.
In the bike lane.
Next to the bike lane,
In the bike lane.
Michael. And we were gazing into each other's eyes, and I thought, all right, this is like the perfect moment, right? And I lean in to kiss him, and he jerks back as if I'm some disgusting monster, and he negligently and carelessly opens the door. Does
What
not
was
look
that
back.
kiss like, though?
Coming up,
Your Honor, I may have misread the signs.
Ain't no
because-
misread nothing. That's what Weinstein said. This is Mathys Court with Judge Mathys.
Mathys Court is back with the case of Caroline Barnett, who is suing Michael Fass for $1,450.
I mean,
It wasn't consensual, to your point earlier.
There
About
you
can't
go.
just do stuff. So my natural
and he was
reaction.
being sexually assaulted, some might suggest, and so he escaped that assault.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I may have misread the signs.
Ain't no
because-
misread nothing. That's what Weinstein said.
It's embarrassing enough that I was misled by him, right? I thought that, you know, if I kissed him, I made the first move, and then he opens the door, and I mean, I feel like it's common sense
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you look, right? And
But there's
I
a line
understand.
between opening doors and just kissing someone without any consent. I do look both ways before I'm about to get out. I turn one last time and I say, good night, thanks again, I really appreciate it, you're a great friend. And then she grabs me and kissed me. So I just recoiled, just opened the door just to get out, and a biker came and just hit the door immediately.
Did you feel a threat of harm or injury?
Well, it wasn't dangerous per se, but it was uncomfortable with someone who I considered a good friend who I didn't see that way.
You could have just said, hold on now, we're just friends, and this is not appropriate. That way you're in that then. You may not have ended it then. She may have thought, oh, well, he had to run to the bathroom. And then the next time she sees you, she do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you haven't made it clear. Like she says, you lead her on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
How will Judge Mathys rule? Find out when Mathys Court returns.
You're watching Mathys Court with Judge Mathys. If you were looking in your rearview mirror before getting out, she's right, you would have seen that that bicycle was riding too close and you would have pulled the door in. Why didn't that happen?
I guess because of my frantic reaction to the situation.
Okay. If it was a woman, I'd have to rule and give her the same legal theory, and that is you gave an unwanted touching. He wanted to escape, like a man moving on a girl who doesn't want to be bothered. She's like, I'm getting away from this weirdo, so let me hop out of the car. That's a reasonable reaction. On the other hand, you should have looked. So this is contributory negligence is what I'm going to call it, and split it half and half. $725 is your judgment, because I'm going to conclude that other $725, I'm going to chalk it up to contributing to that negligent act that occurred. Have a good day.
All rise.
Here we are in another classic case of who's to blame. Michael claims he didn't see the bike coming, but we all know that looking before opening the door is pretty much a traffic safety rule. The real question is, should Michael have been more aware of his surroundings? Opening a car door can be a dangerous move, but was it Michael's negligence or Caroline's sudden move that caused the accident? This is where the legal nuance comes in. Let's dive into contributory negligence and see what Judge Matthysse has to say about it.